Good morning, students. In the previous lecture, we saw the system tasks and directivities and different operators that we use in a Verilog HDL language. Now, in this lecture, we will see the gate level modeling. So, what is gate level modeling and what are the different delays, examples, and gate primitives of gate level modeling? So, first of all, we see what is gate level modeling. So in Verilog HDL, a module can be defined using various level of abstraction. So we know the module. Module is nothing but a functional body of the program. So in Verilog, the module can be defined in different types. So the gate level is one of the type of declaring or define the module. Now there are four level of abstraction in Verilog. So in Verilog HDL, there are four types to declare or to define the module. So behavior level, data flow level, gate level, and switch level. So out of these, behavior is the highest level. Behavior is the highest level of abstraction to define the modules. Then next is the data flow level and gate level is the smallest, is the very basic or smallest level to define the module, and switch level is also is the very lowest level of abstraction. So switch level is very rarely used. So in this very log HDL language, we see the gate level abstraction, data flow abstraction, and behavior level abstraction. So first is behavior or algorithmic level. So this is the highest level of abstraction. A module can be implemented in terms of design algorithm. So when we consider the behavior abstraction, so in behavior we we consider the behavior of each and every components that we include in a module. So a module can be implemented in terms of design of algorithm. So first of all, we prepare a design or algorithm. So and by using this algorithm, we implement the module in behavior design. So the designer no need to have any knowledge of hardware implementation. So when we use the behavior algorithm, the designer has no need to knowledge of hardware implementation. So what is hardware? So hardware is nothing but our logic gates that we saw. So when designer consider the behavior or the behavior abstraction, then designer, there is no need of designer to know the each and everything about the logic gates. So it is simply prepare the algorithm and design the module. Okay. So in the next is a data flow level. So in data flow level, the module is designed by using specifying the data flow, how data is a flow between two elements, or how data is a flow between two components. So in this level, the module is designed by specifying the data flow. So designer must have to know how data is a flow between various register of the design. So here the designer have the knowledge of different type of logic gates and how data is a flow from one gate to another gate. So in behavior, there is no need to the designer has no need to know the knowledge of hardware logic gates. But in data flow level, the data how data flow between two electronic component or two element is known to the designer. And in gate level, the module is implemented in terms of a logic gate and their interconnection between them. So designer should know the gate level diagrams of the design. So gate level is a very basic level of abstraction. So in the gate level, by using gate level, we can declare or define the modules. So for declaring and define the module by using gate level, we use different logic gates and logical diagrams. So designer has to know what are the logic gates, what are different types of logic gates, and their interconnection and their use. So in this article, we will see the gate level modeling. So gate level modeling is virtually lowest level of abstraction because the switch level abstraction is rarely used. So below the gate level, the switch level is the lowest level of abstraction that we will not use. So in this article or in this very long language, we will see only gate level, data flow level, and behavior level abstraction. Okay. So the gate level modeling is used for implementing lowest level module in a design like full adder, multiplexer. So we know the combinational circuits: multiplexer, demultiplexer, half adder, full adder, counter, flip flops. So all these designs we can, all these circuits or logics we design using a gate level modeling. So Verilog HDR has a great primitivity for all basic gates. So we know the basic gates and or not, these are basic gate, NAND not, these are the universal gates. So in Verilog HDR there are different gate primitives for all types of gate. Now what is the gate primitives? So gate primitives are predefined in Verilog, which are ready to use. So gate primitivity is predefined, that means it is already defined in a Verilog library, so we do not need to define them. So we simply call particular gate and we use it in our program. So they are instantiated like modules. So they are two classes of gate primitivity: multiple input gate primitivity and single input gate primitivity. So multiple input gate primitivity include AND, AND gate, NAND gate, OR, NOR, XOR gate, XNOR gate. So these can have multiple inputs and single input and a single output. So how the gate primitivity, or what are the gate primitivity in Verilog? Once again I repeat, in Verilog HDL all the gates, that means AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, NOR gate, all gates are already defined or already predefined in Verilog library. We just call particular gate that we want to use, so we just call that gate and we use it. There is no need to define any type of gate, it is already defined in a Verilog HDL. So suppose two input AND gate, then how we define or how we declare the two input AND gate? So and is a keyword which is used for AND gate, and is a keyword, and this is the name of gate, this is the name of gate. And is a keyword, and is a keyword that define which type of gate we use. And this AND gate 1, this is the name of that gate, and output IN0 and IN1, that means input 0 and input 1. Now three input AND gate, three input NAND gate. So NAND is a keyword, that means this keyword define which type of gate we use. And NAND gate 1, this is the name of that gate, and these are the output and input variable of that gate. Output IN0, IN1, IN2, these are the input, and this is the comment, this is the comment, this, because this double slash indicate that this statement is comment. Okay. Now the next is a two input OR gate. So or is a keyword which is used to define the type of gate. This is the name of that gate, and this is output and input of that gate. Output IN0, IN1, this is the output and input variable. Similarly, four input NOR gate. NOR is a keyword that defines the type of gate. NOR is a NOR1, it is the name. Then output IN0, IN1, IN2, IN3, this is the input and output variable of NOR gate. Then five input XOR gate. So XOR is a keyword which is define the type of gate. XOR 1, this is the name of that particular gate, and these are the input and output variable of that gate. Similarly, two input XNOR gate. XNOR is the keyword, this is the name of that gate, and these are the output input output variable. Okay. So similarly, single input gate primitivity includes. Now here in this primitivity, this called a primitivity. So this type name and input output variable, this called the gate primitivity, and these gate primitivity are predefined in Verilog HDL. So these all are the multiple gate primitivity. Now we see the single gate primitivity. The single input gate primitivity include not, buff, not if, buff if, not. Buff means buffer, not if one. Buff means buff, buffer if 1, not if 0, and buff means buffer if 0. These have single input. Now we know the not gate. What is the function of not gate? Not gate, it simply invert the input. Suppose input is 1, then the output of not gate is 0, and if the input is 0, then the output of not gate is 1. But buffer is different to not gate. Buffer generates same output as the input. Suppose the input of buffer is 1, then the output of buffer is also a 1. If the input of buffer is 0, then the output of buffer is also a 0. This not gate and buffer, these two are opposite to each other. Not gate generate the inverted output, and buffer generate same output as input. Okay, so not is a keyword that we use to define the which type of gate we use. Not one, this is the name of that gate, and this is output input variable. Okay, now two output buffer gate. So buff, that means buff is a keyword that we use to define the which type of gate we use. Buff 1, this is the name, and here two output, therefore output 0, output 1. And in means input, is the input output variable. Similarly, single output inverting gate with active high control. Active high, so not gate if 1. Not gate if 1, that means not gate with high control signal. Not gate, not if 1. Not if 1 means high control signal. So not gate with active high control signal. So this is the type of gate. Not if 1 underscore 1, this is the name of gate, and this is the input output variable. Output, input, and control variable, because here we use the control signal. So this is the control signal. Control buff if 1. Buff if 1, that means buffer gate with active high control signal. If 1, so it is a 1, so that means buffer gate with active high control signal. So but if underscore 1, output 0, output 1, input and control, here the double output, so therefore double output, therefore here we consider two output. Output 0, output 1, this is input and this is a control signal, because here we use high control signal. Then single output inverting gate with active low control signal. So for active low control signal, the keyword is not if 0. Not if 0 means not gate with low control signal, and this is the name, and this is the output input and control signal, input output variable. Similarly, buff if 0, that means buffer gate with low control signal. Buff if 0, that means buffer gate low control signal. This keyword which is indicate the which type of gate we use. So here we use buffer gate with active low control signal, and this is the name of that, this is the name of gate, and this is the input output variable. Output, input, and control signal. So in Verilog HDL, the gate primitivity already predefined. So there is no need to define any gate, we just call that gate. Okay, and in Verilog multiple inputs as well as single input gate primitivities are available. Okay, now array. Now we use the array. So wire 3s to 30, that means there are wire of 3, that means there are 3 wires: output, input 0, and input 1, and an array of 3 of 0. So output, input 0. So above segment is equivalent to the following bunch. Okay, so the wire, so there are 3 wires: output, IN 0, and IN 1, and this is the AND array. That means AND array of 0 to 3, that means there are 4 AND gate, there are 4 AND gate. And keyword and array 0, and array 1, and array 2, and array 3, this is the name of, this is the name, this is the type of gate, this is the name of gate. And this and each gate contain output, input, input 1, one output and two input, one output and two input. So this wire 30, that means there are 3 connections: output connection, input 1 connection, sorry, input 0 connection and input 1 connection, and there are array of 4 AND gate. And array, that means there of array of 4 AND gate which have 3 connection, that means 2 input and 1 output. So this statement include, the meaning of this statement is that, is here, is mentioned is here, that means the AND array, that AND array means what, there are array of AND gate. Now in this array start from 0 to 3, that means there are 4 there. So this array contain 4 AND gate 0, AND gate 1, AND gate 2, AND gate 3, and each AND gate has 3 connection, output 0, output, input 0, input 1. Okay, so we can define a array of a particular gate. Okay, now gate delay. What is a gate delay? So in very, gate delay means what? Delay means what? When we give the input to a AND gate or any gate, when we give a input to any gate, so after giving input or after applying the input to a particular gate, that gate generate the particular output according to input. So after applying input, how much time taken by a gate to produce the output, how much time taken by a gate to produce the output, that time is called as a delay, that time is called as a delay. So that means if you apply the input to a AND gate, you apply a particular input to a AND gate, so after applying input, so after applying input, it takes 2.5 millisecond to produce the output. That means after applying input, so in 2 point, after 2.5 millisecond, it generate the output. So you apply input to AND gate. So input, then input is applied. It takes 2.5 millisecond time to produce the output. So that 2.5 millisecond is called as a gate delay, because gate delay means what, it is a time taken by a gate to produce the output when we apply the input. Okay, so in Verilog, designer can specify the gate delay in gate primitive. This helps the designer to get real-time behavior of logic gates. So because of gate delay, so gate delay is also provided in Verilog HDL. So because of this gate delay, the designer, it is very easy to designer to know the timing of timing or behavior of logic gate. Now rise delay. It is equal to time taken by gate output transition to 1 from another value 0x1. Rise delay means what? It is equal to time taken by the gate output transition to 1. So whenever rise delay means what? Whenever the output of gate change from 0 to 1, output is change from 0 to 1, then how much time taken by a gate to change from 0 to 1? Suppose the output of gate is 0, then it become, after some times it become 1, so output is change from 0 to 1, then how much time taken by a gate to change its output from 0 to 1? So this time is called as a rise delay. Similarly, fall delay. Fall delay means what? It is the time equal. It is equal to time taken by a gate output transition to 0. That means it is the time taken by a gate to change its output from 1 to 0. So it suppose the output of gate is 1, and then after some time the output becomes 0. So it change its output from 1 to 0. So therefore it is called as a fall delay. So fall delay means what? It is the time taken by a gate to change its output from 1 to 0. This is called as a fall delay. And rise delay means what? It is the time taken by a gate to change its output from 0 to 1. When output change from 0 to 1, then the time is called as rise delay. And when the output is changed from 1 to 0, this time is called as a fall delay. Now term of delay. It is equal to the time taken by a gate output transition to high impedance state to another state or another low state. So turn off delay means what? How much time it is taken by a gate to turn off the operation. It is called as a turn off delay. Okay. So here, if the gate output change to X, the minimum of the three delay is considered. If only one delay is specified, it is used for all delay. Okay, if get output change to x, that means don't care, the minimum of 3 delay is considered. That means there are 3 delay. If one delay is specified, then it is used for all delays. If two value are specified, they are considered as a rise delay. Suppose in example you have give only one value, then that one value is used for rise time, fall time and turn off. Suppose you give a 1 milliseconds, then it take 1 millisecond to change its output from 1 to 0, and it also give 1 millisecond to change its output from 0 to 1. So if only one delay is specified, then its rise delay and fall delay and turn off delay is same. But if two delays are specified, then one delay is considered for rise time and another is considered for fall time. If three values are specified, then one value is specified for rise delay, one is fall delay and other is turn off delay. So here we see the example. And hash 5 and get 1 out input 1. That means all delay here the 5 millisecond. So all delay values are 5 time unit. That means here only one value is mentioned. So here the its rise time is 5 millisecond, its fall time is 5 millisecond and its turn off time is a 5 milliseconds. Now and hash 345 and is the type of gate. This is the delay. This and underscore 1, this is the name of gate, and this is output input variable 345. That means here the three delay are mentioned. So rise delay is 3, fall delay is 4 milliseconds and turn off delay is 5 milliseconds. But if only one number is specified, only one delay is mentioned, then this one delay is same for all time. That means its fall time is 5 millisecond, its rise time is for 5 millisecond and its turn off time is also a 5 millisecond. But if three delay are mentioned, then 3 is a rise delay, 4 is a fall delay and 5 is a turn off delay. Now the next example is or hash. Or is the type of gate. This is the delay and this is name of that gate. This is output input variable of that gate. So here only two values are mentioned. So 3 is a rise delay, 4 is a fall delay and turn off delay is 3 or 4. That means it take the minimum value. So in 3 and 4, 3 is the minimum value, so it take the 3 as a turn off delay. It take the 3 as a turn off delay. Okay, now this is all about the delay. Okay, now we will stop here. In next lecture we will see how gate level program is written in Verilog HDL. Now we will stop here. Thank you so much.